over here. Is that the right? It's hard to see. I got to fix my light here. Hold on a second, Rooney. That's a bit better. Oh, way better, way better. So we'll hide the mess. And let me just make sure my volume is up here. Ooh, I don't mean to break any eardrums, but I want to make sure you can hear. You can always turn it down, you know. So, anyhow, let's get a look at what's going on here, Scorpio. Surprise, surprise, surprise. I'm doing a live. I know I was doing the other ones on the video, but I'm so random and I just go with the flow. That's how I feel today. That's what I'm going to do. So, anyway, Scorpio, first of all, I want to tell you how much I appreciate your support, that you stood by and waited for me to heal a little bit. That means so much to me. You don't even know. And, all your beautiful letters, messages, um, that were really, really touching and again, really meant a lot to me. So I keep having this urge to cross my legs, and the doctor told me stop doing it. But man, I want to do it all the time. It's hard. So when I was shuffling your cards and think of you and everything, and I cut them, I cut them and I set them here. And my first thought, I want to tell you this right off the bat. Hi, Brenda. Thank you so much. Hey, check out Brenda Tarot card reading. Check her out. If you want to get a different view, not that she's really different than me. She's very good, but we're all a little different, right? So it's good to get a whole different bunch of perspectives. But thanks, Brenda. So when I was shuffling these and cutting these, I noticed right away that I think that you're going to get busier by the end of the month. Things are going to start to pick up. Things might be not slow, but I just don't feel like you're enthusiastic about what could be happening in your life. The other thing, I got a huge message of digging. You're digging in the dirt, not the dirt necessarily the dirt, but you're digging. You're digging for something here, you know? And I get the feeling there is a treasure there for you. And you're digging and digging. Um and trying to get at something, okay? And then when I laid out the cards, um, wow, there is a strong message here of replenishing your energy. That's what you're going through right now. That's why it feels slow, sluggish, like there's a delay in your evolution in some way. Okay. But what you need to know is you are highly evolving right now. And this is part of it, this digging. Okay. It's going to help you replenish. You're going to get down to something there. You're going to find water. If you keep digging, you're going to find water, which is how you feel. How you feel. Okay. So the first two cards that came out are the Ten of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Now, for me, no, Two of Cups. Sorry about that. I had to double check. I was thinking Ten of Cups. Wait a minute. That's over here. But when I first saw these cards, the very thing I thought of very first was compromise. Okay. Because the Six of Pentacles is give and take. Sometimes we're asking someone to help us. Sometimes we're just being generous. We're helping others. We're doing for them. But in this case, I think it's equal give and take. It's about helping each other when it's needed. Like I have a saying when someone helps me, and they'll say, "Oh, geez, Lynn, I don't know how I'm going to pay you back," or and I said, it all comes out in the wash somewhere along the way, you know, and an opportunity will come, and you'll say, I know I can help Lynn with this, and just like I helped you now. So it's this equal give and take. It's about being fair, and even helping those that are not in a good position right now. Giving someone a leg up instead of kicking them when they're down. It's really good energy. And so this is what's needed in this relationship is equal give and take. This could be a romantic relationship, a friendship, a business relationship. It's indicating romantic, but it's partnership. Basically it's partnership. So um, it's something that is needed and encouraged. It could be something you're working on in the present. All right. So, in the past, you have the star, the sun, the chariot, the devil, and the three of swords. Okay. Now, and the star is reversed in this first card, and usually the star we're wanting to replenish, we're wanting to kind of get rid, let go, leave behind old crap that is, it's not serving us, it's not helping us any longer, so it's only doing harm. So we need to get rid of that, make space for some new nourishment. Okay, make space for new energy, good clean thoughts, all that, affirmations, whatever you're wanting for yourself right now. All right. But that says you're having difficulty doing that. There is a delay, some sort of delay. I think there's just a minor delay because right next to that you have the sun. It says you're going to be successful, but there is a delay in this right now. You there's and also speaking of relationship, in this particular sun card, there's a crack in the land. There's division between two people, communities, you know, and there is lots of that around us, and it almost is feels like it's being created. But anyway, you're trying to mend this crack, you're trying to seal it, bring it new light, bring clarity into something that may be a little unclear. Also, there may be someone who is a little unclear to your feelings, to um, the and maybe for a long time it was just too tender. You couldn't talk about it. It was too tender, and I think you're getting to a place eventually here where you can and not talk about it with all that resentment or whatever those negative feelings were, right? And so you are going to be successful in this endeavor, but it's going to take a little longer than you wanted. Of course, we're all in a hurry for everything, right? So all of these cards here say, and one of them is in particular, which is important, is the devil in reverse. The devil upright says that we're being lured into temptation. We also don't want to take responsibility for our actions or um our fears, whatever that is that's driving the devil in us, and so the devil usually is saying this, it's time to take responsibility. We can't blame everybody else forever about everything in our lives. At some point we have to say, I made a choice. I made a choice, and I have to live with that now, kind of thing. And these choices and what happened in the past, and I think it was mostly a good situation, but there was something that hurt. you deeply. Someone could have been lured away. You were lured, they were lured, well, into gambling, drugs, addiction, sex, who knows. But it could have happened and caused a division. It pulled the relationship in two different directions. You know what I mean? And this caused a lot of hurt, betrayal, you know, mistrust, a lot of things, came out of this. And so I think you've been dealing a lot with this in the past, but you are working on this, okay? And now is the time to dig, okay, for what I saw a counselor at one point when my relationship, and I'm not saying this is about a love relationship, it could be any relationship in your life, but this particular time it was about my relationship. And um I was having to figure out my responsibility in it. I know why I'm mad at him, and what he did or didn't do and all that. And she kept digging me. I'd say, well, I'm mad because he, was unreliable. Why? Why am I mad? Yeah, why are you mad? Well, I'm mad because you did that. Well, what about that made you so upset? And she kept saying, why? 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 To everything I said, was trying to get me to dig deeper. Why? You know, why were you so mad? Why did that offend you? Why? And so it helped a lot. At first I was like, well, what do you mean, why? Of course it made me mad. Yeah, why did it make you mad? What irked you about it? And so it helped me really dig into what it was. So, and that stuff is gold, believe it or not. You're not thinking it at the time, but later on you're thinking, wow, that was gold, right? So in the present here, you have the Page of Rods, the Eight of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. Okay. This is beautiful. This Ten of Cups at the end of your present position. All right. The Ten of Cups is contentment, feeling good with where you are now. I feel good. And this is whether you're single, married, whatever family or relationships you're in at the end of this present time, which I would say is about 2 weeks, you're going to feel a lot better. Okay. You're going to feel a lot better. But in the meantime, you're looking for something different in your life now. You feel like where you are, there is absolutely no growth. Like I said, you feel kind of um delayed, like nothing's happening. And you want to be over there, look at the trees are blooming, the sun is shining, and things seems to be happening. And you want to be over there in things that you're doing, but even though this is a wand, I feel like it's how you're feeling as well, okay? And you're trying to figure out, what actions you can take, what you can say, what you can do, and you're ready to take action. You're ready to move forward on this and focus into what you need to do. What are the steps I need to take to get over there? And speaking about steps, he's stepping on two already, and he just needs a bucket and another little table and he'll be over. But that's part of the plan, right? But that's a part of the plan we got to come up with. And so here it shows you focusing. You're focusing on what are the steps I need to take? I know I need to heal. I know I need to forgive. I know I need to get by. And so how do I do that though? What's step one? I don't even know what step one is. And so you, I think, are going to investigate this and start taking the steps. Okay. The steps to getting um and there's so many YouTube help out there, all kinds of help, not just YouTube, a lot of different platforms, articles, and whatnot on how do I, there's spirituals and spiritual guidance. There's psychology experts out there and everything. And so there are a lot of ways to start doing this. I'm starting another channel, and I've called it Ask Aunt Lynn, but I think I'm gonna change the name because there's a lot of Ask Aunt Somebodies out there. So I want to sound a little more different, but it's to address this kind of thing. What are the steps? How do I let go? How do I get beyond where I am? You know, and so it's going to help with some of that. But you may withdraw from social from some social engagements. All right, you may withdraw a little bit. You may go into yourself. This card sometimes is about being, withholding, stashing money. You could be saving money, withholding money, saving. This isn't just about money either. It's about your time and energy, your resources, and this could be at a time when you need to share. You might be just taking a break, doing some of that digging, retreating a little bit, saving your energy for yourself, and also realizing your own value. In the Four of Pentacles, we realize that we are valuable. We um, are your time, your energy, and your knowledge is very, very valuable. And I think that you are going to retreat a little bit to figure out what that is. The other thing here is, I got to tell you, I feel like there could be devil energy around you, when I'm getting into this now, because you have the devil, the Seven of Swords, and the Five of Rods in a row here. All right. And to me, it looks like someone, perhaps in the past, has been up to something sneaky, really indulging in their uh, desires, let's say, indulging in their desires, and perhaps could have been sneaky about it. They could have also taken more than their share of of the spoils, of whatever it was, the home or the whatever. But it's indulgence basically in both things, and it's sneaky behavior. You know what I mean? And I think that in some ways caused doubt in yourself too, and not just them, but doubt in yourself. Um, but I think out of this, you're going to realize who you are. Sometimes how people act, what they do, what they say is not a result of who we are. It's a result of who they are. Okay. And in this cycle here, you're realizing who you are and your value. You're not here to discount anyone else. This is just all self appreciation. All self appreciation. Also, I think that your ultimate goal is to bring this group partnership, relationship. There could be more than one in this dynamic, but you just want it to be happy again. You want to be in happy, successful relationships, people that want to move forward, that want to be honest and take responsibility, for what they do and what they say. Um, so you're wanting to get out of all this. I think in some ways you're kind of taking responsibility for your actions too. Uh, um, what you felt, because sometimes we don't feel exactly the right thing. Oh, there's another thing too. I feel like at some point, and it could be right now, you're going against your instincts, or you were going against your instincts. So your instincts were saying, trust how you feel. And if you're feeling something's not right in Dodge, and you were right, but you're going against your instincts, or were at one point here, okay? And this is a time when you're needing to really feel those, really trust those. It doesn't matter what feels right for somebody else, it's what does it feel right for you right now. In the future, at the end of September, you have the King of Swords, the High Priestess, Justice, the Five of Rods, and the Queen of Swords. So we have a couple here, the King and Queen. Okay. These two are smart. They are smart. They're very, like, air energy is the intellect, and they think with their mind, they're protecting their heart. And it's not like they're uncaring, because they're very compassionate people. But they always think, I got to think this over first before I react from my heart, because my heart would jump and help you. My heart would jump and believe you. My heart would give you the benefit of the doubt. But I need to think about this a little bit first, okay? Because the wise man thinks before they make a decision, okay? Especially one that's going to affect other people. So the King of Swords is really looking at the game here. He's got the chessboard. He's thinking, okay, here we are. And, it looks like he's playing black. And he thinks he's got the upper hand here. He thinks this person has the upper hand. He's black, and he's got white cornered here at the end. Okay. And it looks like it is you might have gotten yourself, or they could have got you into pickler. This could be your energy. You're trying to make smart moves now. Like I said, the wise man thinks, the wise woman thinks, before they decide. And um and so this is looking at all the moves. And also the King of Swords is can see the big picture. They can see how, if I did this, well, then that would happen. And then everybody, and you can kind of see the ripple effect of each move. And so when he makes a move to move, what's he moving there? I think it's bishop. I think that's a bishop that he's moving. And a bishop, oh, bishop moves diagonally. He's about to take the king. He's about to call checkmate. Actually, you know what? I never looked at the actual play happening on this game table before, on this chess game. I've never looked at the actual move that's about to be made. And he's about to take the king with his bishop, right? And hold on. I got to look at this for a sec, okay? Uh, this king has your king in checkmate, actually. I don't think, and it's his move. So the game is up. And in chess, you have to look at, well, if I move this here, what could he or she do to me with their rook or with their bishop? Because every man moves in a different style, and you got to keep track of all the players here. What could what what's the outcome? What's the ripple effect of if I do this, right? And this king has checkmate. I'm going to tell you, it's checkmate. It's about to win the game. Okay. And so, and again, you have the high priestess, and the high priestess is in reverse. I don't normally do reverses, but lately I have been. And she really trusts her instincts. She follows the energy of the moon. She's very in touch with her feminine side. Even if you're a man, this because men are intuitive as well. But this is be trusting your intuition, okay? But in this position, it's in reverse, you know. It's again, you're trying to listen to that intuition. You're trying to get in touch with your gut, really, your gut. Um I think in some ways you may have went against your instincts in the past, in your past moves you made, but I think that's changing. I think you're getting way more in touch with those feelings, those instincts, okay? So then you have the Justice card, the Five of Rods, and the Queen of Swords. The Justice card says there's going to be a fair decision to a situation that you're dealing with, okay? A fair outcome is going to come. I think that you could have been really fighting, really working hard to try and win at something, to try and win some, could be someone's favor or their view of you, perhaps. And I think that it's going to come up fair in the end. You could also be in some sort of a minor legal situation. I think you weren't paying attention, in the game. You weren't paying attention and to all the moves that were being made here. And so there could be some sort of minor thing that you have to legally that you have to deal with. You also may have to prove yourself. It's so interesting that this comes after the Justice card, because, or someone does here has to prove themselves. In the Four of Rods, you can see this guy, he's sitting here alone, facing this whole family. This guy brought his whole family, and we was supposed to show up alone. I'll meet you at the five and dime at 4 o'clock, and we're gonna arm wrestle. We're gonna see who's the strongest. You know, we're gonna see, and you will show up alone, and that the other guy shows up with everybody. He's got all the support. It's very intimidating, and this guy just has this little kitten here. and, he doesn't. It doesn't matter. He does feel vulnerable, but he showed up anyway. He showed up anyway, and he said, "Yeah, I'll test it. Let's try it out." You know, if I lose, that's okay. I still showed up. I am proud of the effort that I'm putting forward, and so this is proving oneself in the it feels like a lot of eyes, it feels like proving yourself perhaps to people that aren't, you don't feel that they're rooting for you, you don't feel like you are, they are, I mean. And also I feel like there could have been um maybe not lies, but could have been some sort of sneakiness, some untruths spoken, performed here. And when push comes to shove, you'll set the record straight. You'll say, listen, uh uh uh, that's not the way it went down. And I'm not here to write a book about it, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to set the record straight. So you might be having to prove yourself into a legal situation to get fairness in a situation. People lie all the time, you know, even in a traffic accident. If you're ever in a traffic accident, do not get out of your car. Do not speak to the other driver. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now from experience. You wait for the police or whoever to get there and you talk to them because people lie. So it's self preservation, right? Everyone's just trying to save themselves. And then you have the Queen of Swords. The Queen can seem very cold. She has learned a lot of lessons, and she has this blue gown underneath to show all of her emotions. She's a very sensitive person, but she doesn't really show it. She looks very serious and means business and will straighten out any misunderstanding like that. You know, excuse me. No, it was actually at 4:32, and I was standing right there with my camera, so I can show you. You know, they will straighten that right out. Okay, so this person will protect. She will protect herself, and she will do it with words, knowledge, um, and insight. Okay, um, very very wise. Now this could be between you and this other person. A fair decision is going to come out of this in the end because you have justice right in the middle. And but you may have to prove yourself, you know, and you're willing to. You go, I got the evidence. I know what happened. And I feel like you feel not, I don't want to use the word justified, but empowered by your truth, your, you know, what you have. Okay. But this person is a very spiritual person. And I want to also note that you began with the star, which is highly Queen of Swords energy. Highly Queen of Swords. You started out in reverse, having a hard time letting go of something that's been bothering you, hurting you because you know, look at you. And out of this whole experience, everything that you go through, you learn a lot. And you learn better on how to protect yourself while being compassionate. I also feel like you could champion others as a result of this. You could help others that may be outnumbered. Okay, there's something about being outnumbered. Okay. When I went to clarify, you have the Death in reverse and the Ten of Cups. Second time, you have Ten of Cups. There's a huge um, message here about relationships, family, family and friends, all your relationships, and you're really wanting to be happy and content, and you want everybody in your life to be that way too. But there's something that you need to walk away from, and it could be a relationship, you know, and doing this may bring this contentment, this happiness, this happily ever after you're looking for in that relationship. Being able to cut away those cords. Sometimes we have to cut cords to heal, to have that happiness. Okay, um, but it is in reverse, you know, and that is because the Death card is also the rebirth card. Okay, and this could be the rebirth of that relationship. Now, I'm not saying if you're in a relationship, you're going to get back together, but it could return to a happier time, you know, where everyone's getting along. It's not this tension. It's not this mistrust. It's not this all these kind of feeling, this yucky, toxic feeling. And so I feel if you can cut the old ties, the memories that hurt you, the not forget them ever again, but let go. You don't have to drag them around like a suitcase behind you, or the old proverbial ball and chain, that you're this heavy thing you're dragging everywhere. Okay, you're holding on to it, and it's going to help you more than you can know to let go of it. And I don't know, I can tell you all kinds of ways to try and let go of it. I don't know if they'll work for you, but um anyway, this is what you're really needing to do, because what's going to happen, it's going to birth the relationship in a new way. There'll be happiness. I'm not sure whether you're together or apart, to tell you the truth, but it's going to bring happiness to let go. There is a new horizon here. Okay, now I also pulled a Sacred Rebels card for you. It's so interesting. Like, I just shuffle and think of you, and I wait for something to jump out or stick out and so much that it's hard to push it back in. That's usually your card. And look what you got: restore and replenish. This reminds me of the Four of Swords when she's up in the tree or the nest or in a protective place, and she's healing. She's healing her wounds. And this is very much that same um, sort of thing, restore and replenishing. Again, the message of the star. Okay, you're getting this message all over the place. So I want to read to you what it says, because the readings from this book are amazing. I could never say it so eloquently. 38. So 38 is 11. That's an 11, which is a 2, which is partnership. It's funny how it all goes together. You know, it's funny because even in this book, just like the tarot cards, it's a story of growth. Each story, you're growing and learning a little bit about something else. And now I'm learning about, um, you know, all different things. Okay. And this card is 38, but 37 is focus on the light. All right. Focus on the light. And that is exactly what the death card is saying. There's all this light in you, but you're shrouded. You're shrouded. You're wearing a cloak, a hoodie, and you're shrouded and you're looking down. And if you'd only look up, you know, it's just interesting. It said focus on the light. So I think that's anyway. You are in need of something so much deeper than rest. You need restoration, replenishment, and revival. This was not necessarily coming. This will not necessarily come from lying about somewhere, taking a moment out of your day or evening activities. You're more likely to gain what you need by breaking your routine completely and doing something different. You need some variety, some spice, some change to bring fresh energy to your body, mind, and heart. You could stimulate this process by going to a different place, meeting different people, taking different actions, what you usually do. You can return to your regular routine in time if it feels good for you. However, it's now time to move without pushing yourself beyond what is known to be comfortable and, oh, wait a minute, without pushing yourself, but beyond what is known, comfortable, and familiar. This oracle comes with a message. You have been working so hard and have accomplished so much already. However, you often sell your accomplishments short, and focus on how much more is yet to be done. Life is telling you that it's time to put down the paintbrush, the pen, the endless list, and the thinking mind and get into your body. Take time to experience yourself and of nature. Remember how to just be. In doing so, oops, in doing so, you will feel more yourself and ready for the next phase. You will be surprised just what a day or two of this can do for you. Restoration does not have to be a long and involved process, especially if it is intended to when needed. Um, if you feel as though you are treading water or in sort of a purgatory somewhere between your old life and your new life, boy, doesn't that sound familiar? Like, I feel that too. And I'm a cusper on Sagittarius and Scorpio. But boy, um, if you can't quite break into the level you are reaching for, have faith. You are just taking a breather between races. Soon you will have the power and the energy you need to reach for the next level and succeed. If you've been considering a new endeavor or recently started one, this is a good step forward for you. You are encouraged to take time out to rest and rebalance up yourself, but you are supported in your need for new and different experiences to refresh your spirit. If you have been under the weather, you will soon be well again. If you've been working on healing your mind, body, and soul, this oracle comes with assurance of what you're doing is working and bringing benefit to you. Even if you are yet to experience the full extent of that benefit, continue your work and know that you are indeed healing. So, um, it's interesting how this message is repeated over and over and over again in this one, in the death card. The death card is about the old life and the new life, okay? Um, in the star, in the page of rods, you're seeking new experiences for sure, you know? Um, and in the Ten of Cups, because the tens are completion, and that's when we're ready to begin again. We're ready to begin at the ace with that huge cup of overpouring emotion. When we see the ace of cups, it's always overflowing with water, which is love and feeling, and so you're ready to begin there by the end of this phase of this, I think, month. I think you're gaining a lot of wisdom. You're already an emotional soul. You're already compassionate and sweet and caring and definitely feeling. But here you're gaining wisdom. You know, you that wise hermit kind of stuff. And I think some of it is from yourself, you're going inward, but also I think that you're either communicating, you're talking to other people, because swords are very much communication. You're getting that support, that feedback, and also you could be communicating with those that there could be some sort of misunderstanding here, some sort of uneven odds, because it feels like the odds are uneven in two cards, both of these, and they're right on top of one another in that progression. There's something that's not even, that's not fair, you know and um, either you're going to face it and call it what it is, or you're going to forget about it and think, you know what, this is just your brain is going to step in and say, yep, Yep, I was duped, or yep, wasn't fair, but I'm moving on, you know. I need to get by that, and it's some sort of maturity that's happening for you. But this dirt is you're gonna dig that up, okay? It's and it may be, and I think it's something to do with communication. It's something to do with communication, okay? What people say, you know, more communication than their actions, and also information. I feel like information is a big part of this too, okay? So, I think that this is a really common theme for people individually and 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 globally, to tell you the truth, because I too have been feeling this way. I have a hard time letting go of maybe something someone said, a friend, or past relationship. They did me wrong. I got duped, I got cheated, I got ripped off, or whatever. And it's okay to feel upset in the moment and get that out and be mad or sad, but we don't want to carry that axe, that cross forever. It's quite, if you think of Jesus carrying that crucifix, it's a long road, and you need to forgive yourself, you and others. It doesn't mean that you have to be friends, that you have to get back again. And because I don't know that they believe they're wrong. They may not think they're wrong, even though you do. And so you may never get that satisfaction of them saying, "You're right, I was wrong, you know I I shouldn't have, or couldn't have, or all that." You may never get that, but that's okay. Now, you know and you can accept it. Something about acceptance here. There's a certain amount of acceptance, and then you're like okay with it. You're okay with it. All right, because you're gaining knowledge. Like I said, also, I feel like there's some sort of fair situation, something, a judgment, whether it's a judgment, because it does seem like you have to prove yourself, you're being judged, or you are judging someone else. I feel like it's you, though. And I think not only are you going to prove yourself, but I think you're proving yourself to you, not to them. You realize you don't have to do that. You realize, what in the world am I doing? Trying to justify myself in this unjust situation. What? What am I doing? And hi, Ness. Oh, I'm so glad you could make it. Right on. Right on. So I think that you are um going to realize you don't have to prove anything about anybody else or yourself. You just are just so much smarter now. I think you've got the knowledge, and you see so much clearer. It's not the fog of the moon or other cards that keep us distant from reality, our reality. And so in this one, you're getting a lot of clarity. You understand. I feel like you are maybe a little more protective of your heart, not as freely giving, I should say, not as freely giving. I think that you're completely compassionate and loving and generous, but don't give your heart so easily. You also want people to prove themselves, right? A resume is one thing. I got to see you work. You say you're a good worker. Let's see you. Let's see you at work, okay? And then we'll both know, won't we? So, but anyway, um, this is the thing, is that part of the letting go is we need to forgive ourselves too, right? We need to forgive ourselves for kind of beating ourselves up for so long about this, and I can't seem to get by this, and you're mad at yourself about it. And you need to forgive yourself for that, because you need as long as you need. You need as long as you need. So, um, if you have any questions, if you would like to see, excuse me, I have a few goal planning templates and ideas. If you would be interested in hearing them, know about them, to help you. And these are from when I used to be a social worker in the Native, in a Native organization, and I had access to many elders, healers, and information and templates to help youth with their progress. So I kept all of them. I kept a copy of all of them because they're gold. They're gold, and they really do help. So anyway, if you have any questions, or would like ideas of how to move forward, trans um, just get through that, just write to me at tinkertarotreadings@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks, Brenda and Ness, for joining me and saying hello today. And I will be back with more videos. I kind of got to space it out because I'm working a lot, and just life, right? So anyway, loving you bunches. I hope this video helps you. And what I want you to know is the end here is, it goes from the a hurtful situation where there it was a triangle situation too, right? To something much nicer. You're going to be able to feel happier again, contentment again. You're going to be able to let that go. It's not going to be something, a reason why you can't or can do something. You know what I mean? And you're going to come out of it the Queen of Swords. The other thing is, you could have air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra energy around you that's helping, advising you. You also could have legal help in this, in order to prove your innocence, or whatever your side of the story in this situation. I don't think it's anything quite so serious. I think this is you um, realizing realizing that, and it's taking the responsibility, because in the devil we're trying to shirk responsibility, and here you're showing up. You're taking responsibility. I can tell you exactly what happened. I'm here, you know and and that's a big deal in this. I think you feel really good from this experience when you get here. Okay. All right, guys. I love you so much. Take care, and I will talk to you soon. Mwah. Bye now.